A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to Baji Rao IAS Academy. Today, 30 June 2023, this is the Hindu editorial analysis discussion. Today, we have certain important articles which will be helpful for your UPSC preparation. Let's see the discussion. Quotation of the day. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. See, guys, in your life, you may have different problems or different challenges to overcome. Whenever you face challenges, you should not get fear of that. You should overcome the challenges because if you are able to face the worst challenges of your life, then only you will be considered as the best person in your life. Okay, guys. So to become best, always have the strong courage to face the worst thing in your life. Whatever you happens, strong, be strong like a lion, because in forest we know we have only one king, that is lion. Same like the lion, you all should have the strong courage in yourself to become the best of yourself. This is the yesterday's question. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statement. A share of the household financial savings goes towards government borrowings. This is the first statement. And the second statement is dated securities issued at market related rates in auctions form a large component of internal debt. Which of the above statement is correct? See, guys, in case of the first statement, the share of household financial saving goes towards government borrowings. Yes, the first statement is correct. And the second statement, the dated securities issued at market related rates in auction form a large component of internal debt. Yes, the second statement is also correct. So the answer for this question is option C, both 1 and 2. Let's move to the today's question. Consider the following statements. The Constitution of India classifies the ministers into four ranks via cabinet, cabinet minister, minister of state with independent charge, and minister of state. And the fourth category is deputy minister. So this is the first statement. The second statement is the total number of ministers in the union government, including the prime minister, shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members in the Lok Sabha. So these are the two statements, and what they are asking, which of the following statement given above are correct? So they are asking the correct statement. Option A, one only. Option B, two only. Option C, both one and two. Option D, neither one, not two. So you guys please try to give answer for this question. We will see the answer in the tomorrow's discussion. These are the important news articles. In today's newspaper, we don't find any important articles. We don't find any many important articles for your preparation. I found only two important articles are important. Um, they have given four articles. The other two articles are somewhat it seems to be in the political color. Somewhat it is not related to our examination. So I left those articles and we will see only these three articles which will be somewhat related to our governance or exam perspective. Spiraling food prices. So policy makers must guard against inflation to ensure the sustainable growth. You all know, guys, the inflation has been soaring at the doubling rate. So the government should all focus to ensure the inflation should be controlled. In this article, we will see what are the problems that are creating the inflation and the how the government should focus on the inflation. And the second article is the Greek recovery. In the Greece, recently elections have been conducted, and the right center right party won the election, even though they faced many challenges in the last regime. In for the current regime also, they have been elected. So the Greece people have elected the same government again, which is under the Mitsotakis. Yes, Mitsotakis. Sorry guys, I can't able to pronounce the name properly. It is Mitsotakis. Yes, we will see this article in a very vivid manner. And the last article is exploring Assam's delimitation draft. Delimitation Commission has somewhat submitted a draft to change or allocate the number of seats in the Assam for the Legislative Assembly election. We will see what kind of changes have been done and what is the problem with the draft and who people are opposing it and who are favoring to it. And we will see what the government should do in uh, the forward process. So let's move into the first article, spiraling food prices. Spiraling food prices. So policymakers must guard against inflation to ensure the sustainable growth. We all know, guys, that how there has been a sharp surge in the prices of essential kitchen items like tomatoes, onion, potatoes, tur dal, and rice. Even the dal prices, lentils prices has been increasing at a very rapid rate. If you see, guys, especially the tomato price have more than doubled while comparing with the last month. If you see the last month, the tomato price has been doubled. It has been soaring. The average rate has become 53.5 kg for 53.5 price, 53.59 rupees for a kg all over the India. It is the all India average, guys. If you live in the urban areas, then it will be very high. Near in Delhi, it is near about 150 rupees per kg. So it has become very high with regard to the tomato, and also in the case of onion, in the tur dal, many things have been increasing at a very rapid rate in an exponential manner. So this is the data from the Consumer Affairs Department. What they are saying, we need the price control mechanism to ensure to stop the inflation. And what was the government position and what they did? Government did the stock limits on the Burad and Turdal. You know, guys, from the government, the FCA or the other stockholders, they will try to purchase from the market and they will store it in a very large amount. If government puts some cap limit for the storage, then whatever they have been storing, like think about it, I'm a company, I'm storing the 100 kg of urad dal with me. If the government put I want to store only 10 kg, then what I want to do from the 100 kg, I want to release that 90 kg product into the market. So what will happen if I release that 90 kg into the market? The inflation will somewhat decrease. The inflation may be controlled. So that is what government doing here. The government imposed these stock limits on the urad dal and tur dal. Even though the government has imposed this stock limit, it has very little effect to cool the prices because the inflation rate is so high. So even though we put the stock limit, the control to control the price of lentils, especially tur dal and other dals, have become very difficult for the government. So what are the factors which determine the inflation? If you think the timing of the harvest will ultimately affect the price of the product. If there is a climate change, if there is any problem at the time, if you do the harvest, then you will get more price for your product. And also the prices prevailing in the mandi will also ensure what kind of prices you will get for the product. Basically, guys, there are certain things which will affect your inflation. If at the time of demand, if you produce any product, your price will automatically increase. It will ensure the price increase, you will get the good profit. In case of producer, I'm saying this, if they have the demand, if you give the product, automatically the product price will rise, you will get good profit. If you have the more supply, then there will be no price for the your product and you will not be good profit. So that is a simple thing you would have understand the background behind this. So the factors which determine the inflation are climate, mostly climate. If heavy rains occurs, then harvest will be affected. And after that, the storage capacity of our India. In our India, we don't possess the much cold storage facilities. So because of that, post-harvest loss have been very high. We in India, we are processing only 2% of fruits and we are processing only 5% of vegetables and almost only 20% of milk. So sorry guys, we are processing about 80% of milk because we have the milk organized linkages for the milk production. So if you see the post harvest and the processing of food industry, we don't have such infrastructure to process the food. So because of this, our storage capacity is also low, very loose. We don't have forward and backward linkages in the food industry. Because of all these things, we suffer from the food inflation at certain times because in case of monsoon failure, in case of any other extreme climate events, the availability of food stocks in the market will definitely affect it. So because of this availability decrease in the market, automatically the price will increase, because you all know guys, India is the consumer based economy. We have a very huge market as a consumer, so the demand is always stable in India, especially for the farm products. So when the food product is not available at the particular time, it will soar up your inflation. So that is what happening here. In fact, you see in the last month in the Maharashtra, what they did, tomato growers didn't get good price for the tomato, so they dumped that large amount of quantities in the road. See, guys, this is the worst situation we witness in India. At some part of time, you see farmers are protesting in the road. They throw over their products like onion, tomato in the road because they won't get fair remuneration for their product. This is part of here in particular time, but in particular time of the year you will see the price have been increasing, all the consumers are coming to the road, they are protesting. So we have the both the situations and both the problems in India. Sometimes we have high demand, sometimes we have high supply. So to overcome this, to balance this, what we need, the need of the hour is we should encourage the private investment in the storage capacity, because government don't have such capacity to create the infrastructure for the storage facilities. We government should make the private public private partnership to ensure they create more food based infrastructures in all over country under the hub and spoke model. You are getting me this hub and spoke model. Already we have certain important programs like PM Sampada, PM Sampada for the food grain storage facilities, and also we have initiated the Kisan Rail project. There are certain other projects, MP some PM Matya Sampada project for the fisheries. So like this, we have different programs, but the ultimate thing we need is the storage capacity and the processing capacity. So India should work over this, and they should try to come over this problem. Because if you see guys, with the monsoon rain failure, we got monsoon rain 13% deficit. Because of this, our production has been affected. And there is a prediction this year will be the El Nino year. So because of this unpredictability of monsoon rains, ultimately our inflation will get affected. It will try to soar up in the upcoming period. And we also know in the past days, our RBI deputy governor, RBI officers has already said to maintain the sustainable growth of India, we should ensure that we have the good price stability in our India. Are you getting me, guys? Once we maintain the price stability in the market, it will ultimately pay for the sustainable growth of India. Sorry, guys. So, you all understand with this article, guys? Yes, this is very small article, and that's it about the article. And another thing you want to know, the basic thing about the inflation. How will you calculate the inflation? There are two index which we famously and mostly use to calculate the inflation. First one is the WPI, and the second one is Consumer Price Index (CPI). A WPI is Wholesale Price Index. These are the two crucial metrics help in determining the prices of goods and services in an economy. So let's see what is this consumer price index and the wholesale price index. So from the name itself, you can understand what is this. This is the index which is calculated from collecting data from the consumer perspective. At the last point of the supply chain, we have the consumer who buy it and consume it. So he is the consumer. Who is the wholesale? Who is wholesale? Is that person who sell the product to the retailer will sell to the consumer. So before consumer we have retailer, before retailer we have the wholesale. So the production area, from the production area we will get the wholesale. So we try to calculate or collect the data from the production area itself, and we will try to make the index, that is the wholesale price index. So let's see difference between these two indexes. The first one, it measures the change in retail prices of goods and services. Yes, it is the retail prices. And here it measures the change in the price of goods charged by wholesaler. Are you getting me, guys? It is calculated at the wholesaler stage. It is calculated at the retailer stage. CPI releases on a monthly basis. WPI releases on a weekly basis. CPI includes both goods and services. WPI includes only goods. This is very important point, guys. Already there been a question in UPSC. They asked the same point. CPI includes the both goods and service. WPI includes only goods, and it includes both 8 categories of products and services. It includes primary articles, fuel and power, and manufactured goods. The base year is a calendar year, basically from January to December. The consumer price index will be calculated, but the base year is a financial year, that is from April 1 to the March 31st. It calculates the final stage of inflation. What do you mean by the final stage of inflation? It is calculated at the stage of consumer. Okay, it measures the inflation in the first stage. First stage means before selling started. That is at the production stage. So the consumer price index is calculated at the final stage, and the WPI is calculated at the first stage. CPI is of importance to the general public. WPI is of importance to those who keep track on the wholesale prices. Who keep track of the wholesale prices? Who are maybe who are government, bank, even the investors who are trying to invest in the market. So they all concentrate on the WPA. They will not concentrate on the CPI. So whenever the government want to increase the salary for all the government servant, what the government will look upon? Government will look upon the CPI. We have different categories under the CPI, like we have urban CPI, urban CPI, rural CPI, industrial workers. So these are different categories. In future, we will discuss from these perspectives also. Now you just understand these are the very basic things: consumer price index and wholesale price index. To calculate the government employee salaries, government will use the consumer price index, and under this there is one category industrial workers. So industrial worker consumer price index will be used for the calculation of the government employee salaries. Are you all getting me, guys? Yes. Nice. Let's move to the second article. You all know in Greece the recently elections have been conducted, and the ruling member or the ruling person who is called the Mitsotakis, or again he is elected into the government. If you see the Mitsotakis, his name is Kyriakos Mitsotakis. He is 55-year-old. He is a conservative leader, and if you see his party, it is the center-right party. We call it as a New Democracy Party. It again emerged in the parliamentary elections as a very victorious one. If you see in the Greece, in the last 2 months itself, they have conducted the two elections in the Greece. What happened with the first election? In the first election, this New Democracy Party has come as the single largest party, but it cannot secure the majority, and they don't found a coalition government to form the government. So ultimately, the elections are again reconducted, and the New Democracy has come into the power with the good majority, single majority. If you see the history of Greece, the Greece economic situation is it's not too good. There are certain problems with the Greece. If you see the Greece from the geographical perspective, the Greece share the border with the Mediterranean Sea. If you see, this is the Greece. Greece have border with the Aegean Sea, Ionian Sea, and it have border with the Turkey. In case of land area, Albania, Macedonia, Bulgaria, these countries share border with the Greece. And we all know this area is very famous for the international conflict because Greece have border issue and the island issue with the Turkey. These problems have been going on for the last many years, and they are not trying to find solution for this. See, these are the backdrop or the problems with the ruling government. They not able to control this Greece problem, and they faced the immigration problem from the other countries. Many people try to enter the Europe through the Greece, so they have the immigration problem, and also they face the economic problem. Their economic situation is not good in the Greece. So the Greece have been encountering many problems, even though they have these problems. Again, they elected the same center government, center right government, conservative government. The reason behind this is he was somewhat, he's very popular. He made strong position, even though he failed to address the economic crisis in the Greece. He tried to make some good decisions in the case of international relations. He made the border conflict with the Turkey in a very amicable manner. He tried to solve the problem. So, because of these conservative ideas of the Greece leader Mitsotakis, he again got elected into the same position. So, what the author is saying here, this conservative nationalism helped him emerge as the Greece's most powerful politician since the economic crisis. And also, the author has suggested the Mitsotakis should take some bold decisions regarding the economic and social problems. Because if he has to continue the journey, he want to ensure that economic recovery happens in a very good manner to the Greece nation. You all know, guys, Greece located in the Europe. It is the gateway to the Europe. If you want to enter into the Europe region, then you should come across the Greece. So Greece is very important. It has the very historical significance. So the ruling has been again controlled by the Conservative Party. Let's see what happens in future, whether they can able to come out of this economic recession or not. In future, we will get articles regarding this, and we will also look into that in future. You please remember this name, Mitsotakis, because in exam they will ask directly in exams like CGL and other CAPF exam they will ask the direct statement or direct fact question. So Mitsotakis become the leader of Greece. So we let's move into the third article, guys. That is the exploring Assam's delimitation draft. You all know, guys, according to our constitution, it has been envisioned in the constitution. The parliament can make the delimitation act after the each and every census. So after the making of delimitation act, our president will create the delimitation commission, which will decide how we want to separate the assembly constituencies and also the Lok Sabha constituencies. So it will decide the border of the constitution and the area of the constituencies and also the number of seats to be allotted to the constituencies. So this is the process with the delimitation of the constituencies. Parliament will make the law and the president will create the organization. Whatever the judgment given by the delimitation commission, it will be binding on all the stakeholders. It cannot be reviewed in the Supreme Court or any court. So it don't have the judicial review regarding the delimitation commission's order. So what happened with the recent delimitation commission? You all know, guys, in June 20, the Election Commission of India released a draft proposal on the delimitation of the Assembly and the Lok Sabha constituencies in Assam. So the problem is now all around the Assam. We have created the new delimitation commission under the constitution provision. Our parliament has created the new delimitation commission on the March 6, 2020. Actually, this delimitation commission was constituted for the union territory of Jammu and Kashmir and also for the four northeastern states. Yes, guys, it has been constituted for the four northeastern states and Jammu and Kashmir. So what happened? What is the change regarding this? In December 27, 2022, the Election Commission notified the initiation of Assam's delimitation because the delimitation commission has given the draft to the ECI and ECI notified that initiation of delimitation, following which four districts were re-merged with the ones they were carved out of. Here they are saying, on the basis of recommendation of the delimitation commission, the Election Commission of India has given the draft. In the draft, what they have mentioned, they are going to remerge the four districts again with that original district itself. Are you getting me, guys? See, there are four districts which have been carved out from the some region. Because of this new order, the merged the splitted out districts are again they are trying to re-merge it. What is the draft proposal, guys? What they are saying? They are saying that you all know the number of assembly and parliamentary seats in the Assam is 126 and 14 respectively. So there are totally 126 assembly seats and 14 Lok Sabha seats. The new proposal has said they are not going to change the number of seats, but there is only a slight changes. They are going to reshape the constituencies and also they are going to change the number of reserved seats. That's it, guys. They are going to increase the reserved seats and they want to reshape the constituencies. So what they are saying, if the draft is accepted, 24 assembly seats would be reshaped. Reshaped means the border will be changed, the area will be changed, and also renamed, and the number of reserved seats would be increased. So this is the basic draft, guys. What they said, then 24 assembly seats will be reshaped and renamed, and also it will be reserved. More number of seats will be reserved. From these 24 assembly seats, what they are saying, it would be reshaped and renamed, while the number of seats reserved for the scheduled tribes and scheduled caste would be increased from 16 to 19 and 8 to 9 respectively. See guys, nothing the new changes they are doing here. Already there have been certain number of seats reserved for the scheduled tribes and the scheduled caste area. In previous draft or the current position, they are having totally 16 seats reserved for the ST community and 8 seats reserved for SC community. And what the new draft is suggesting, they want to increase this number of reserved seats from the for the ST community. They want to increase from 16 to 19 seats. So totally 19 seats will be reserved for ST community, and for SC community, scheduled caste community, the number of seats will be increased from 8 to 9. So this is the new change what they are going to do regarding the reservation of seats for the assembly constituency. And also they are saying six six seats which they have already reserved for the SC, and the six seat which they have already reserved for the ST would become unreserved. They will be converted into the general seats. Are you getting me, guys? Because you all know, after each and after 10 years there will be the reconciliation regarding the reservation. So once they see the population trend has been changed in that constituency, the reservation status for that constituency will be changed. So the same thing is occurring in the Assam. What they are saying, six reserved seats for the SC, six reserved seats for the ST will be converted into the general category seats. Okay, guys, and along with that, nine ST seats, nine ST and seven SC general seats will be converted into reserved. See guys, nothing is happening here. They are reshuffling the total reserved seats and the unreserved seats. So what they are doing, already 12 seats, 6 for the SC, 6 for the ST have been reserved. These reserved seats will be converted into the general seat. And from the general seat, 9 seats will be converted into reserved for ST community, and 7 seats will be reserved for the SC community. So they are reshuffling the number of seats. Because of this proposal, there have been the ethnic conflict. Because what they are doing, what is the problem? See, because of this proposal, they are saying the number of reserved seats, or the number of seats have been increased from the western part of the Assam, and the number of seats allotted to the eastern parts has been decreased. So what happens? Those who stay in this eastern part of Assam, they will come into the protest. So that is what happening here. The number of seats reserved for the western part of Assam has been increased in the draft, and the number of seats reserved for the eastern part of Assam has been decreased. So the people living here, famously they are called Ahom people. Ahom people are doing protest for the proposal. So if the people living here become happy, becomes if the people living here, that is Ahom people, become sad, the people living here, who are these people? They are the Bodoland people. They Bodos. They all become happy because the number of seats are increased for them. So this is the trend going on here. The Bodos are happy and Ahom are getting dissatisfied with the draft proposal of the Election Commission of India. So let's see, guys, whether this draft will be accepted or not, whether this draft will come into implementation or not. There are many things to be discussed. Let's see what happens in future. Definitely we will get article regarding this in future also, and we will also see that article in future. So these are the small articles which will be helpful for your exam, guys. I found only these articles are good for as a short news. There is no other articles which will be helpful. The first short news is India's largest radio telescope plays vital role in detecting the universe vibration. See, guys, we have this radio telescope in the Pune district. This radio telescope is one of the largest radio telescope. Totally in world, we have many radio telescopes, but this is the sixth largest radio telescope in the world. Are you getting me, guys? This is the sixth largest radio telescope in the world. It is located in the Pune. With the help of this, we have found the universe vibration. That is vibration in the universe, which we famously call the pulsars, gravitational pulsars. And another news is in Turkmenistan, they are trying to create the smart city, which is named as the Arkadag. Yes, remember this name? In Turkmenistan, they are unveiling the new city, Arkadag, which is the smart city, and they are built with the $5 billion investment. And it is the honor for their old national leader, whose name is Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow. Sorry guys, I can't pronounce this name. If you can, please try it. So, basically, the Turkmenistan has created the new city Arkadag. Please remember this name. They can ask in any exam. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the video, please press the right button. And if you have any suggestions regarding our video, please try to give in our comment section. And don't forget to subscribe it. Once you subscribe it, try to touch the bell icon button so that you get all the notification whenever we post the video. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.